Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Let's get right to it. Now, we're New Year's 2026 at the time of this recording. Today is January 3rd, and a lot of y'all had made your New Year's resolution. Good for you. A lot of you have already crashed out and failed. That's not good for you, but here's a reminder to keep going, and we're going to spread a bigger message today. So now, the motto of this year going forward, it's going to be control where you can control and let go where you cannot. So a lot of you guys are so insecure, which I can relate to an extent, because there's some insecurities that I have, but a lot of the major insecurities that I hear from you guys, I've been through that. A lot of you guys, especially when it comes to dating and the dynamics of sexual relationships, you guys have super major inferiority complex. You guys don't like yourself. You have extremely low self-esteem. You don't like the way you look. You don't like the way your ethnic background is. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. You can look smacks all you want, but if you're not fixing what's internal, how you deeply see yourself, it's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna change anything. If you are insecure about your race, your skin color, here's the video for you. Become a race nullifier. Now, this is a terminology I've thrown out around in the previous videos, but I want you to be a race nullifier. So what if she has a type? So what if she's used to treatments from certain types of races, demographics, and different background? So what? You be that one. You be that outlier that shifts her whole dynamic. She meets you and is like, damn, I've never met someone like you. I'm usually used to this type of guy, X type of guy, Y type of guy, Z type of guy, but you're this just this hunk that I don't know what it is about you. The way you carry yourself, your aura, your magnetism, your charm, your sex appeal, like whatever it is. I want you guys to be that. Now, we're in 2026. We're suffering from male loneliness epidemic. There's a surge. There's this rise of lonely men like crazy. And I don't care. I'm not the type to follow like stats and stuff, but these types of data are being thrown around like crazy. A lot of guys from 18 to 29, especially my generation, they're suffering right now. They're suffering like crazy. They're barely going on dates, barely getting any intimacy, barely getting any action. They would go 6 months to a year, 2 years, 3 years without intimacy, and they feel comfortable, but deep down they're rotting from within. Where guys in their 30s, 40s, and even above, they're getting way more play. Let's be real. Whether it's because they're in long-term relationships or they have their stuff figured out, they're in a good part of life where their financial situation, their living situation, their dating life, they were able to figure that out. So now they can get like a pool of options. But there are guys in those age ranges as well that are struggling, but it's more common from what I'm seeing is freaking guys of my generation, of our generation, the 18 to 29. It's because we're chronically online. We're watching all these red pill, the manosphere, all these different content creators, all these black pill ideologies we're consuming from all these different influencers, and we're just rotting our brain. Like, doom scrolling is already rotting our brain as it is, but doom scrolling with the wrong type of information, feeding our mind, our spirit, our soul, the wrong stuff, that's actually poisoning us within. Now, I want you guys to take this video. You could do whatever you want. You could just look at me and be like, yo, what is this guy even talking about? He doesn't know shit. You can say that, or you can have an open mind and listen to what I'm saying and do the best you can to apply yourself out in the real world. Because this year, I'm going to tell you, this year, 2026, is going to fly by real quick. It's going to fly by real quick, and you're going to be like, yo, I'm genuinely at the same exact spot as where I was a year ago, 2 years ago, and nothing has changed. Your physique is crap. Your body fat percentage is probably still high. You're so insecure about the same exact problems that you've been telling other people about, and you haven't really done anything to change it. You're not grounded. You're not open-minded. You have a very fixed mindset where you just think you're cooked. Well, which if you genuinely believe that you will be cooked, and then you're not doing anything to change your circumstances. So that's the issue. You have to take massive actions. Now, I know I'm just giving you some, general advice right now, but when it comes to this particular insecurity of, feeling like you're the race that you were born into, which is outside of your control, by the way, you have to let go of that. Because what can you do? Change your race? How are you going to do that? Bleach your skin or darken your skin, whatever it is. Go to like some sort of like tanning bed. Like, you can spend a lot of money on plastic surgery to like basically change whatever it is that you want to change. Your height, your facial features, any insecurities and flaws. With enough money, you can change that. But it's not going to change who you are at your core. And honestly, for guys, a lot of the times it really comes down to like lowering your body fat, putting on some muscle, having a better diet, having some good nutritional food, getting your vitamins, minerals, quality sleep, and just training really hard and lowering your stress levels. That's really all you need to look better, like aesthetically. As far as like your internal state of health, your internal attractiveness, meditation, calming your mind, deep journaling about your insecurities, and actually speaking to people while applying the actions, while applying the rituals that you need to do to become a better man. I said rituals, but it's really like, there's a form of habits that you have to do on a consistent basis that's going to change who you are internally. So, like, those things will actually improve you in the long run. And, like, 6 months from now on, you're going to look back and see that how far you've come. But you have to convince yourself that you are attractive. You are enough as you are, because you are. But there's certain things that you have to do first to give your mind the proof that you are that guy. Whether it's a physical transformation, whether it's a mental transformation, and then you getting results out there in the real world that further gives you proof that you are capable of doing a lot more than you think. So I'm not gonna tell you to be delulu, which being delusional to an extent helps too, as long as you're applying yourself in the real world. So back to like, I know the way I've been talking, we've been kind of like all over the place, but that's because like I'm just like saying like what it is. But being insecure, feeling bad about your race, honestly, a lot of women are not as racist as you think, as you are. They're actually not as racist as you are, to be honest. Yes, racism is real. Yes, race preference can be real. You know what I'm saying? We live in a superficial, judgmental world where people might act nice, but deep down they have certain beliefs about all these like conditioned beliefs they have. You know what I'm saying? You can't really change that. But what you can do is become the best version of yourself and just go in regardless of that. Be like, yo, I don't care. I don't care if they like certain things. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna freaking just put a dent in this world. I don't care. I'm gonna penetrate this world with my force. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you gotta be. That's the level of energy you gotta have. as long as you're breathing, as long as you're alive, because once again, life is short. But that's all I got right now. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.